Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I just kind of wanted to show off the current progress of what I'm working on here. So I actually picked this car up last October, and we tore down the engine inside the vehicle the very first time, and I installed some aftermarket lifters, push rods, and dual valve springs from Texas Speed already, because I thought the issue was lifters. I also did new aftermarket lifters and lifter trays because it was making an engine noise, and I thought that was the main issue judging by the sound. So we went with that. Took a while to get it up and running. I wasn't able to find a ground. I had to have the dealership look for it, and eventually got it back up and running about a month or so ago, and heard the same engine noise. And that was when we were kind of like, hey, that's probably not a lifter. So got some help, pulled the motor this time, which I should have done in the first place because I had to cut the frame to get the oil pan out when I did the new oil pickup tube and all that in there as well. That's right here. But anyways, what I believe ended up being the issue was this guy right here. This guy is just a little bit bent. So look at all the other rods. They're like perfectly straight. So anyways, I got to track down a machine shop around here and hopefully get all these cylinders honed. That's the one where I found the bent rod, and I felt inside of it a little bit. I could barely feel some imperfections in the whole surface. So I'm pretty sure that that's what caused it. But anyways, I already did an aftermarket camshaft from Texas Speed in here. I did either the biggest cam that my setup could handle or slightly smaller. Nothing too crazy. I'm hoping to get about 500 horsepower out of this whole setup when I'm done, because I currently do not want to buy a transmission or anything else. Other than that, the car was in pretty good shape when I bought it. Came with these black aftermarket wheels. Don't mind them, but they'll just stay for now. They're all in pretty good shape. And it was a 2SS, had a sunroof and everything. Pretty nice. I do need to find someone that does leather repair, but overall, good starting foundation. Did have a learning curve. I didn't know that the batteries were in the trunk on Camaros, so that was an interesting discovery. But overall, it's been a pretty long process. The front bumper that was on it was broken, so I am gonna, when I get it running, probably run it for a week or so, make sure there's no more leaks or anything, because I also did do at least a new radiator. The condenser and fans are fine, but the radiator was leaking, so I did that. So I got a lot of new stuff in here. So when I put it all back together, it's gonna just be a lot of testing, working some kinks out. But other than that, I'm thinking and hoping the next video I post on here will be this thing running, and then maybe even get some stuff on my truck, because I've never done suspension either. But the one thing I have learned from doing stuff like this is, if any of you are interested in getting into stuff like this, just go for it. I was completely new to all of this last year, and really all I knew was just how combustion and everything worked. But It is honestly not as difficult as it seems. You do need to have some people standing by you. And the number one thing I would recommend is not only using Google and YouTube, but buying a repair manual. That is mainly for torque specs. Because I did notice every time you Google torque specs, 4 or 5 different options come up. And on some things, I couldn't even find anything. So that is a must-have. Anyways, you guys let me know any thoughts or opinions or anything you'd like to see, and hopefully I'll get this thing done sooner than later.